Welcome to The Margin Line. I'm Joe Lynch, head of go-to-market at Dandy. This show is all about peeling back the layers of how technology is revolutionizing dentistry, especially in partnership with DSOs and ambitious private practices. We want to give you the inside scoop on what actually goes on in the lab, the challenges we face, the advances we're making, and the stories from the front lines that matter most to doctors and patients. Today's guest is Dr. B, owner and dentist at Bartusiak Dental Care. Dr. B is a Washington, Pennsylvania native who originally thought he was going to become a farmer, but eventually decided he would be better suited to the dental field and hasn't looked back. Born and raised in the Washington community, he's a proud alumnus of Trinity High School before attending the University of Pittsburgh, where he earned both his Bachelor of Science in Biology and his Doctor of Dental Medicine. He went on to complete the Advanced General Dentistry program at the University of Miami in Florida and a general practice residency of at the University of Minnesota. That same year, you opened your practice in Washington, Pennsylvania, where you've now served patients and families for over 35 years. Quite the background. Excited to have you today.
Joe, so appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you so much.
So picture this, and I'm going to take you way back.
Okay.
It's a beautiful Pittsburgh summer morning. You show up to your practice for the third Saturday in a row. You've got 8 patients scheduled. Mm-hmm. 2 families of 4.
Yep.
Not one of them shows up.
Bupkis.
You say that moment changed everything for you.
Yep.
Tell me how.
It changed everything for me because it made me realize that time is the most important thing. If dentists can understand that, we don't provide crowns or dentistry. We sell units of time. The attorneys and the accountants of the world, they figured it out a long time ago. They beat us, so to speak. So they understand that time is the most important thing, and we all have choices as to how to spend that time. And if those people want to spend their time with their families, it's a nice summer day. I know what happened. It was a nice summer day, and hey, we're going to go golfing. We're going to go sailing. We're going to do this. God bless them. Well, I'm going to do that with my family.
And so how did that change the day-to-day of your practice?
I immediately went home and said, okay, no more evenings, no more Saturdays. That's it. That's it. So I set my practice hours from 7:30 to 2:30. So I put my kids on the bus in the morning, and I got them when they were in elementary school, and I got them off the bus in the afternoon. And I never missed an event, a practice, of this or that, because I got to be with those 4 kids. That's what matters most.
Okay, so you change your practice hours.
Yep.
And that's sort of, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's a scheduling thing.
Correct.
How did it change the actual dynamics of your day-to-day?
It actually made it better. I became focused, laser focused, if you will. We don't break for lunch. We get in, we get out, we work hard, we play hard. So as an example, at 3:00, I'm at my gym now.
Yep.
At 3:00, I was getting a child off the bus and, hanging out with them and all those little things. You're a dad now.
Yeah.
You have 2 little ones, and you know that those moments that you catch them doing this or that. Wow. Last year, she wasn't doing that, or last year he wasn't doing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And only a dad can understand, or a mom.
100%.
Yes. Yeah.
But so you laser focused. How did you think about your patients as you were scheduling them? How does it impact your the mechanics of your scheduling? How do you think about getting patients day in and day out, rotating patients through operatories? Like, walk me through, and I've been to your practice, so walk me through sort of how do you think about efficiency and throughput through the day?
Patient is always first, and MIT, most important thing. So in your brain, as we go through that day, most important thing. Okay, it's 7:30. Mrs. Jones has to be back to the office by 8:30. Well, I might have 3 patients scheduled across. She's got to be the most priority. We're going to get her done and get her squared away. Mr. Smith needs a denture adjustment. We can get him next and get him in and out. Our great assistants, we have 2, we're so fortunate. They are on it. They understand most important thing. And that's always the patient. The most important thing is the patient. And we take the patient and we just get them in and get them out in terms of we're efficient. So we respect their time.
Yep.
And then coincidentally, they respect our time. So we run in 10-minute increments instead of 15 or on the half hour.
Okay.
So in order to be more efficient, have more patients. see more people. We see about 35 people a day, roughly to 40 in a 7-hour day. We have 10 ops. So we try to be as efficient as possible with our time. But I'm going to quote John Wooden, be quick, but don't hurry.
Yeah. So tell me, 15 minutes for 10 minutes or 30 minutes versus 15 minutes, what are the things that allow you to be efficient in those appointments?
Technology.
Okay.
Technology is massive. So it's working with a company like Dandy. So Dandy makes my life easy. I love Dandy. Dandy makes my life and my patient's life easy. So when a patient looks up on the screen, it is the joy that I get as a practitioner when the patient is done. So I'll say, hey, Mrs. Jones, tell you what, you're going to have the experience of a lifetime today in the dental field.
Yep.
And she's like, what? I said, instead of using all that goop, what we're going to do is we're going to take thousands of pictures of your teeth. And by the time you put your card keys into your ignition, we're going to hit a button and the lab's going to start working on the crowns. That's the reaction.
Yeah.
I get the wow. And then our team does the scan, the patient I'll see in the hall, and they're like, Dr. B, you were right. That's a wow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's a card for your old dentist. They should be using Dandy.
And are there other technologies that you're using that allow you to compress appointment times like that?
Yes. So a confused consumer, confused patient doesn't make a decision. So that's the patient who says, let me go home and think about it.
Yeah.
Do you really think that person is pacing the floor right now, Joe, that I saw yesterday and says, I need to go home and think about it?
Yeah.
No, they forgot you when they hit their parking lot. It was a very gracious way of saying, I'm out of here.
Sure.
Right. So we love Pearl, especially for our young associates that come through our practice, because when they use Pearl, they can go ahead and use a more visual aspect and I use it as well. But for them, it's really a home run because I've earned that trust over the many years, as well as our other teammates. So Pearl's been massive, and we love SOTA Cloud. We love SOTA Cloud because, again, easy images, patients love it. And if it's good for PDS and they're 1,000 offices, it's good enough for Barry Bartusiak.
Yep. And so it sounds like the key takeaway here is seeing is believing.
Seeing, oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Seeing is believing. So less is more.
Okay.
Be brief, focused, efficient, MIT.
I'm going to back up because you started your career at a steel mill.
Correct.
Washington Steel.
Washington Steel, no longer there. Sure.
How much of your work there influenced how you think about standardization and efficiency inside of your practice today?
Well, as I always tell my children, you learn how to do things and you learn how to not do things. And in the mill and on the farm, I learned how to do things and how not to do things. And at the mill, as you're referencing, one of the unfortunate aspects of American steel making, especially in the 80s and 90s, et cetera, was that we were stuck in our ways. And the Japanese and other areas were kicking our rear ends.
Yep.
And I could see that I'm an outsider looking in, so the picture got a little clear for me rather than somebody maybe entrenched, that some of the things that we're always doing, there might be better ways to do that.
Yep.
Now, on the other hand, I learned, okay, we do this, we do this, we do this, now it results in that. Good. Standardization. In our ops, I call it don't invent genius, copy it, Henry Ford. In our ops, all of our ops, the exact same thing. Every drawer the same thing. Every drawer is the same, this, that, and the other, whether it's cotton swabs, whether it's anesthetic.
Yeah.
They're all laid out the same. So you could be blindfolded and walk into op 3 and go, it's this.
How important do you think that standardization actually is?
Massive. Because in those tight moments in your day, my assistants don't have to think. They do not have to think at all as to how they're going to do something. They know where it's at, it's out, they got it. And so efficiency matters.
Yeah. So standardization both drives speed.
Yes.
And it drives fewer mistakes.
Without a doubt.
Okay.
And if you can do it, simple is better. Make simple your guiding light, so to speak.
Yeah.
One of your guiding lights.
Yeah. So you work at Washington Steel, you transition to dentistry, and you realize maybe one of the big learnings is we were doing things the way we were doing them because that's the way we did them.
Right.
And you have, I would say, taken that to a new level. You take hundreds of hours of CE credits.
Yes.
Maybe thousands over your career.
Correct.
What's your reason to continue doing that beyond just the minimum requirement, right? Like
Right.
what are the things you're looking for as you sign up for CE classes? You also have taught about, I think, roughly 10% of the US dentist population. What are the things you're looking for, and what are the things you're trying to impart?
Sure. So mom was a teacher.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll help.
So absolutely. That's a big, massive help. She was a master teacher. And my motto is forever the student. It's painted on one of our walls in one of our offices.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
Right. And so I adhere to that motto. I want to get better. I want to improve. Again, it's the guiding principle here is what's best for our patients. MIT. Most important thing, that patient.
Yep.
What can we do better tomorrow? And oftentimes I'll go to a seminar. My team says, Doc, what did you learn on Saturday? Nothing new. I'm like, okay. Because affirmation is extraordinarily important.
Okay.
Affirmation means we're doing the right thing. We have the right things. We are having the right processes. That's good. That's still a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you put yourself in the position of doing the educating, actually teaching those CE courses,
Yes.
what are the things that you're trying to impart on dentists?
Learn today, earn tomorrow.
Okay.
Improvement is a lifelong process. Greatness isn't achieved in one giant step. Details matter. So get the details right. Little things matter. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's hard in football.
Yep.
Right?
And do you typically teach around the new technologies as they emerge, or are you more focused on clinical procedures and coaching to that?
That's a great question. It kind of varies. Sometimes doctors want to see one, both. Sometimes technology is at the absolute forefront. In our profession, we kind of go through these ups and downs in terms of, whoa, technology surge coming. Here it is. And we're in one round right now.
Yeah.
We have a technology surge. Wow, it's coming.
Sure.
And you got to stay on top of it. That's probably the most challenging thing to us as practitioners.
Sure. Is
that technology is just evolving right now at a rapid pace. We went through a little quiet period, and now it's.
So you've been at the nexus of that. You were one of Dandy's first, I think, 20 customers back in 2020.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned Pearl, you mentioned SOTA. Like, how are you separating what's real technology from noise?
Great question. And that pertains, the outside noise pertains to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And how do you hit the home run? Okay. I think I've hit a home run with Dandy. I'm not saying it because you're here. I know that I have. My patients tell me that I have.
Yeah.
The first 98 crowns that I did with no adjustments. Duh. That was
pretty good.
That's pretty gosh darn good. Drop in. And my staff is like, okay, yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is always the bottom, still has to be the bottom line.
Sure.
We still have to make a profit. What's going to drive patient care best? What's going to make us more efficient? And does that technology meet that? Okay, if it does, we're going to incorporate that.
So you shorten your schedule, 7:30 to 2:30, you eliminated Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
How has that impacted your office's production?
We've gone up. So
that's counterintuitive.
Correct. You would think the exact opposite. So the pandemic helped. What? The pandemic helped.
Yeah.
Yes. So the pandemic helped because more people work from home. So now when they need that crown appointment, they're more apt to come in during the day. So it's made it more convenient for them. So we've actually seen an increase in our business since the pandemic because of that.
Interesting.
So again, counterintuitive. You wouldn't think that. The other thing is that it's almost like that scarcity issue.
Yeah.
That becomes, and like, wow, Louis Vuitton that I passed on the way here, they're only open until like 6:00 tonight. Well, I need to get there, or whatever that may be, or they're not open on Fridays and Saturdays. I need to get there. So it kind of created a focus of the patient who like, right, this must be the practice to go to because they're only there 7:30 to 2:30. I should go there, versus a matter of convenience. We're not Walmart. We're not for everybody. Absolutely. Yep. And I have a little thought process of, if you are for everybody, you're for nobody.
Interesting. So you create almost a scarcity mindset. And during your visits, it's online, but you have about a 90% case acceptance rate.
Yes.
How?
Hire great people and get out of their way.
Okay.
Okay. Culture eats technology and everything else for breakfast. So doctors have to create their own culture.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Hire great people, and they're all over the place. You have to find them. We don't, most of our workers over the years had no dental experience.
Okay.
I can teach them.
So you train them.
Right. I can teach them the dentistry. I can't teach them a personality. So we find them in beauty salons, in banks, at the ball fields.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, wow, that person has a fabulous personality. Come here. Would you like to work 7:30 to 2:30? What? And make more than what you do now? Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
So that's number one. So we create that environment. One of our things is, when a patient comes in, we want to focus on what they're about. So long story short, I was on a plane many years ago, and I was sitting next to a very famous person. He was the CEO of Chrysler, Lee Iacocca. And Lee Iacocca didn't want to talk about cars.
Yeah.
He wanted to talk about all of his hobbies.
Sure.
All of the things that he did outside the office. And we had a wonderful 1-hour conversation. It wasn't a very long flight. And what I took from that was, wow, people don't want to talk about their job.
Right.
Right. They want to talk about their family, what's most important to them. Maybe it's knitting. I had a patient yesterday. She just went on about knitting and what she was knitting this for and that for. It was great. And I learned so much. And you earn their trust.
Okay.
If they trust you, they'll buy you.
Yep. So there's two elements to trust. Getting them to speak with you and relate with you on a human level.
Yes.
And then showing the visualizations.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
You just said that, and part of building those relationships is hiring great staff.
Yes.
You train them. Tell me, how do you, when you hire someone, what's the standardization of processes that you're introducing to your office? How are you playbooking and training those new assistants to deliver effective patient care?
So every new assistant works with me that comes through the practice.
What does that mean?
So every new assistant, let's say we're going to have a new assistant for our associate. So then one of my assistants would go to the associate for 6 weeks, let's say, and that new assistant would come to work with me for 6 weeks. So what that means is that new assistant is going to learn how we do things. More importantly, not so much from a dental standpoint, how we take care of that patient. If that patient, people don't care how much you know, they only want to know how much you care.
Yep.
Let me say one thing. Your bathroom is more important than your crown margin. One more time. Your bathroom is more important. Your patient bathroom is more important than your crown margin, Joe. If you have a dirty bathroom, if you have paper towels over the floor, if you don't have your soap dispenser filled, what's that say about the practice? Yep. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Sure.
And we have one of the nicest bathrooms on the planet for a dental office.
Yeah.
Spent like 10 grand 10 years ago. Worth every penny. Found the top designer in the area, said, I want the best bathroom. Okay. She did it.
So it's really about the variables in the environment.
Exactly. You get judged upon everything.
Fascinating. Not the insight I would have assumed. When you think about the technologies that you're working with today, and then that you're evaluating for your future practice.
Yes.
What technologies or trends are you most excited about?
There has been a buzz about dentistry for the last 15 years or so about replacing teeth with various aspects that aren't crowns, bridges, implants, et cetera, et cetera. And that would be tooth buds or reimplantation, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
That's extraordinarily exciting. Every day, I think we're one day closer, but still a while off.
Yep.
But I'm really excited about that because that just changes. That'll be a massive, massive change to how we practice.
I mean, it'll change fundamentally every part of dentistry.
Correct. From soup to nuts, yes.
What else?
There are some things out there. Colgate, I'm watching you because they're really hitting some home runs right now in what they're doing with at-home care. We might do the best crown, bridge, et cetera, on the planet, but if Mrs. Jones isn't maintaining it, then we suffer consequences.
Right.
And that's no fun for anybody. Root caries, especially older patients. I'm tapping myself because I can get them as well as anybody. I fortunately don't have any, but what I'm saying is that we need to be mindful of those things so that we need to help our patient population improve on a daily basis their home care, because just like taking care of a car, you don't take care of a car, problems. Keep small fires. Nobody likes a big surprise.
Yeah. When I was at your office, we actually talked about clear aligners.
Clear aligners.
You in particular have found a niche inside of the Washington area around bringing in younger patients. How do you think about the economics of your practice in terms of attracting younger patients?
A great question, because we're established, and so sometimes the established practice doesn't get the newer families, and we're getting a surge in that right now, which is great. And one of those is emerging technologies.
Okay.
Staying up with the game, because the phone has changed everything on the planet.
Say more.
So, well, look at attention spans, as an example, right? America's attention span that's why when you're doing case presentations, and the case presentation is usually quick and precise, and Mrs. Jones, this is what you need. I'm going to show you the problem, rather than dragging it out, because if you don't have their attention, or don't use dental terms. Sorry to get a little preachy there, but you have to talk in people terms.
Yep.
You mentioned the word dental tubules and a tube. I have a tube in my head. What's doctor talking about? So you just have to be relatable, and talking about attracting younger families, being relatable. Johnny, how's your basketball team doing?
Yep.
Hey, did you go to the cheer championships? And relating to them as people. There are people attached to those teeth, Joe.
Yeah, sometimes. There's noise in technology.
Yeah.
What technologies do you believe dentists are overspending on right now?
Chairs. Nobody ever came to me and said, "Ooh, doctor, that's the best dental chair I ever sat in." Nothing personal.
Yep.
But yeah, get a comfortable chair. We have a comfortable chair. Nobody ever said it was uncomfortable. But you can really overspend in cabinetry, chairs and cabinetry. Now, you've been to our practice.
Yep.
Cabinetry looks nice.
Sure. It's functional.
Exactly.
Yep.
It looks nice. It's functional. It wasn't made by one of the cabinet people in dentistry, because unfortunately, anything that's made for dentistry carries a 25% upcharge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to go back to adding employees to your practice.
Yes.
So you hire.
Yeah.
You train them.
Mm-hmm.
We assume they're going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
What are the metrics that you look at to understand, was that the right decision? And do they continue to be great?
So, excellent question. And we have a 90 workday period where you have to be evaluated.
Mm-hmm.
Not by me, mostly. It's by your teammates
that
are already established there. So I empower my team. So number one, think about it. So I don't have a whole lot of interaction with the front desk, the way our practice is set up.
Well, what do you... Let's come back to that.
I'm seeing them 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And I tell them that when they're
joining.
I'm like, this is one of the best benefits. You don't have to put up with me for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of that 7 hours, 5 minutes. So that's a good thing. But their teammates are with them constantly. So their teammates evaluate them 30 days, 60 days, 90 days of work.
Yep.
If they are at that 90-day part, then they get accepted into they become family to us.
Yep.
And they get this benefit, that benefit, et cetera. But until then, no. So the team holds them to the standard. I oversee everything.
Yep.
But it's the team.
The benchmark that we talked about was, you've said there should be a $20,000 to $25,000 in collections for every added employee.
Yes.
How do you hit that benchmark?
So It's also true for the number of chairs that you have.
Mhm.
So roughly those two metrics kind of coincide. That's not something that I really came up with. I wish I did, but I'm not that smart. So in essence, that's how they kind of hold their spot, whether it's the chair or the human that we hire. And that's why you have to find those great people. And you asked how they continue to be great. Well, hire self-motivating people.
Yep.
The hardest thing about dentistry is I wear too many hats.
Okay.
And I can't, let's use the Super Bowl as an example. I'm the head coach. I'm also the quarterback. I'm also the guy who scouted.
Yeah.
I can't be motivating you. You have to motivate yourself.
Yep.
And that's what I look for.
Okay. So you've said hire people and get out of the way.
All the time.
What if they don't? Tell me when you've had to step in. And a lot of practice owners that we talk to, they struggle. Like they have their clinical education, but they're also learning how to run a business at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have those conversations?
With the doctors that ask me those questions, or with my employees?
I think the employees,
Okay.
So that a dentist who's listening to this, or a DSO member who's listening to this, can actually say, here's an example of what this looks like being done well.
Yes. So fix the problem, not the blame.
Yeah.
So that's number one. And everybody has good days and bad days.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to evaluate, okay, is this a continuing pattern, or is this because, they lost a loved one, they're struggling, there's a health issue in the family, whatever that may be.
Yep.
I'm a human. I have good days and bad days all the time.
Yeah.
I have good days and bad moments all the time. So being mindful of that and supporting them. Jim Leland, Hall of Fame manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates and other teams, he would go around, and it comes back to this. People don't care how much you know. They only want to know how much you care. And that also relates to your teammates.
Yep.
I can tell you where my teammates' kids are going to school, went to school, what their names are, what they're doing, what their interests are, who plays basketball, who's doing this.
Yep.
And knowing that I care and I'm supportive of them. And that's what Coach Leland did. He talked to his players. He related to them.
Yeah.
And I stole it from him. Don't invent genius, copy it.
Yep.
And I said, well, that's really important as a leader to do that, so that they truly know. And I do. I really care.
Yep.
Yeah.
At what point are you having those types of direct conversations? Is it when you foresee it? Do you let it evolve for a little bit? Tell me, how quick are you to start looking at the metric versus the trajectory of the metric?
Keep small problems, small problems.
Okay.
Yes.
So as early as possible.
Yes. How's it going? Let's have a talk. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go take the garbage out together.
Sure.
Something real
So
complicated.
quick moments before they become big moments.
Exactly. Right.
Got it.
Yep.
You have delivered, I think, 575 lectures or so.
A lot.
At some point, that's just another job.
Yeah.
What was your path to becoming a dental educator?
It was coincidental.
Okay.
I fell into it. Long story short, I go to the Chicago Midwinter every year. I go to the CVA, et cetera. So I'm at the Chicago Midwinter, and somebody at the booth, one of these booths, says, you got to go to this dinner place tonight.
Yep.
Oh, okay, great. So frigid Chicago winter, standing in line. There's a couple in front of us. And long story short, the guy says, we have a table for 4. We're going to seat them. If they're amenable to that, would you like to seat them? Because we're literally shivering.
Yeah.
And it's the hot new restaurant in town. And they go, sure. And that guy and lady were involved in the dental world.
Yeah.
And we hit it off. And about a month later, he calls me. He goes, you're going to teach for us. I'm like, what? And so then about 2 months after that, I walk into a conference center in Williamsburg, Virginia, 275 doctors.
Yeah.
Now off we went.
What was your first lecture?
It was on soft tissue management.
Okay. And what do you most look forward to teaching about today?
Practice management.
Practice management.
Love practice management. I could talk about that.
So the business side.
The business side. Absolutely. Love the business side.
This has come up on a couple of the podcasts previously. There's not enough business education in dental school. If you were talking to a young practice owner today or an associate within a DSO, what's the first piece of advice you'd give them?
Beware affluenza. It's a horrible disease.
What do you mean?
Affluenza. Affluenza is a horrible disease. Keeping up with the Joneses, as they used to say. So live beneath your means. So as an example, had a doctor call me the other day. We were chit-chatting, blah, blah, blah. He's probably in his 40s. He said, oh, hey, I'm going to go, big day for me. I'm going to go and I'm buying my Benz. Oh, that's great. Can you write a check for it? No, I'm going to lease it. I said, well, then don't buy it. So what? Yeah. Live beneath your means.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So that's mindset.
Correct.
What about in terms of hard business skills?
When you have zero knowledge,
and
I have a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
35 years, you learn a couple things.
Well, yes and no. I mean, shame on me if I didn't. So I have. I call them wins and learns. I've never failed. The only time I've failed is if I have not learned.
Fair.
So those wins, great. But yes, Coach Krzyzewski of Duke, never forget this. What game do you remember most out of those? It was his 1,000th win. What game do you remember? He goes, oh, we had the worst loss in Duke history. We lost to Virginia by 50 points.
Yeah.
You learn more from your losses than you do your wins. So in relation to the doctor who has, and it's zero knowledge when you come out of dental school.
Sure.
Sadly. And you would think after I graduated, maybe it would change, but it hasn't for 2 generations, unfortunately. They need to know everything. How to make money. It's okay. Sales is not a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nothing starts without a sale.
Right.
That's the whole world.
Yeah.
Your children sell you every day, Joe.
Every single day.
Every single day.
I sell them too, though.
Absolutely. Yes, correct. And it works both ways.
Yeah. Nothing
Nothing starts without a sale.
Yeah.
In addition to that, they need to know what to do with their money. There's the get rich quick scheme.
Yep.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
They don't last. Sorry.
They don't last.
They don't last. So it goes all the way from how to make it, to how to save it, and how to have a flourishing life.
Yep.
Rather than trying to keep up with the Joneses and what do I do now? And that sounds good. So I think there's a whole aspect of that needs done and needs taught, and it needs taught now.
And if you were a young dentist, where would you go to learn that?
Well, I'll tell you what I did. I don't know that answer. I would find people like me.
Sure.
So what I did was when I would have these teaching opportunities. So let's say I would go into Orlando. I would call up Dandy Labs.
Yep.
Say, who's your top dog in Orlando? Dr. Smith. Okay. Can I have Dr. Smith's phone number or email? Sure. So that's what I would do today. And I would go and say, hey, Dr. Smith, I'm going to be in Orlando. Can I pick your brain for 15 minutes? What? Yeah, sure. They're flattered. Successful people are extraordinarily willing to help you become a success.
And so you think it's peer-to-peer?
Absolutely. So find the top dogs in your area. Find the top dogs in every area. Go visit them. They'll be more than willing to go ahead and share their time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to do that. So you've gone from, there's a grind culture in dentistry that's sort of favored and expected. But you've gone from someone who, there's people listening now who struggle with treatment acceptance.
Yes.
And they're working 50 hours a week. They just heard you talk about working 28 hours a week. And they're wondering how you do it. Walk me through your playbook.
Sure. The playbook is most important thing. It's always the patient. We have a luggage rack, an imaginary luggage rack at the back door. So when you walk in, you take, everybody has problems.
Yep.
You put their family problems, emotional problems from whatever's outside of the practice there. Then you pick up your luggage for your practice issues.
Yeah.
And you bring them into the practice and you leave the same way. You leave your practice issues there. We have a little saying, remember the 9, forget the 1. You can have 10 people today as a patient, let's say. 9 of them are going to be absolutely wonderful, loving, caring, loving human beings. Remember them. Forget the one knucklehead, because you're going to have one knucklehead. It's just the law of averages. Yep. So MIT, everything matters. How you do one thing is everything. Focus on the patient. I always tell our team, I sign your paycheck, the patient writes it.
Writes it, yep. Starts with the sale.
Everything starts with the sale.
We've covered 35 years.
Yep.
575 lecture, 4 kids of your own. And you brought up sports a few times, so maybe a philosophy built on successful coaches. And I think your favorite is John Wooden.
Correct.
He describes success as peace of mind.
Yes.
By that definition, would you consider yourself successful?
Well, Coach Wooden describes success, to further expound upon that, as did you do your best?
Yep.
So let's say that
made the effort to become,
provides peace of mind. You're correct, Joe. So great research on your part. So let me ask you this. Can you dunk a basketball?
Definitely not.
Okay.
But I would try.
That's right. Now, I can't either, but you're a very innovative person. You're a very forward-thinking person.
I'd get a ladder.
There you go.
Or trampoline.
Or trampoline. That's right. So you already solved the issue.
Yeah.
So you're going to do your best to dunk a basketball.
Yep.
You figured out the problem. So you were then successful.
Fair enough.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Dr. B, this has been incredible.
My pleasure.
If someone wants to get a hold of you, where can they find you?
I'm going to give my personal cell phone out, Joe, 724-255-1115. Have a question? Text me. Fine. Happy to answer. My personal email is drtuse@gmail.com. Have a question? Want to comment? Happy to answer. Happy to get involved with my profession. Want to come and hang out with us? Great. See me at a dental meeting. Come up to me. I want to chat with you.
We'll link those in the show notes.
Okay.
Dr. B, thank you for your time today. And thank you for joining us on The Margin Line.